Good morning.
Good morning.
Such a chill morning for you. Nothing going on.
No, it feels like it's the reaping
I don't know what that means.
from what is that movie in the book? The Hunger Games.
Okay, yeah.
It feels like the reaping. Happy Run Disney Wine and Dine registration to all who celebrate. I am wearing some good luck
hmm
stuff. Can I just say this is totally nothing to do with anything other than this shirt, but these I think the shirts are cute, but this part it feels like a bib that a child would wear. It is just
Yeah.
like a solid sheet of plastic, which
Yeah. Don't love that.
I guess if I was eating spaghetti, it would be fine.
You love a screen print.
Yes, yes, not this.
I have a screen print,
See, and that's cute.
and
I
it
want
doesn't feel like a bib, even though I need it more than anyone. Maybe we should trade shirts.
maybe.
So Heather has approximately 48 screens going for Run Disney registration right now.
Yep, sure do. We're gonna see just how good I am at multitasking today.
So you've been in the queue for a while, but
Mhm.
as of the time that we just went live is when it officially opens.
Correct. Yes. So
Okay,
the waiting room opened up. Oh, I think close to 8 a.m. my time. So
an
almost
hour
a
ago.
full hour. Yeah.
hmm
Um, and right now I'm sitting with more than an hour wait. We'll see how long.
Okay, so keep us posted in case
Okay,
any of your queues
go.
pops up.
Okay, maybe this is better. Like I'm just sweaty everywhere.
I know, but you were saying that anxiety comes in handy, and it makes you be really prepared.
Hmm.
It makes you do all the things. You have a good chance of getting it.
I am so prepared right now.
Yes. All right. Um, we have
Distract me with some news.
we have the littlest bit of news. Which one would you like to start with?
Well, how about I'll start with the first one because it's kind of fun.
What is that?
And that is that Mickey Mouse and friends are now roaming as part of those, like, just random character things that they got going on in the mornings over at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's so cute. And I think it's because the stage show is
Mhm.
so limited because of the construction of the painting.
Yeah.
And so they're like, let's just have the characters roam around. But we love the roaming characters.
Yes.
Love them.
Very fun.
When you hear roaming though, you need to in your head think not signing,
Mm-mm.
not stopping.
Nope.
They're not al- they're
They
not
really are
allowed.
roaming. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just in the crowd. They are working the crowd.
The best you can do usually is like a selfie.
Mhm.
Like, oh, there goes Mickey. I'm gonna take a picture with them. But like they have to kind of keep it moving because they don't want a bunch of people to congregate
Mhm.
in one place. But it's super fun to just randomly come across them.
Yeah. Yes.
Feels very Disneyland.
Very Disneylandish, and it doesn't happen all day, right? Or does it?
Yeah, I think it been taking place throughout the day
Oh,
because there are a few stage shows on the at the castle.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so they're just roaming around. But I don't remember this happening before. Maybe it did, but specifically with Mickey.
Yes. Yeah, they have had it in the mornings for a while now, characters that are out and about in Fantasyland and Tomorrowland,
Mhm.
but this is new, that it's some different ones, so
Yep.
including the head cheese.
Yes, and I love it. The classic characters being Oot and a Boot.
Oot in a boot.
That's for the
Very Canadian of you.
yes. I'm sure that that was not okay though. They're like, no, you don't even sound right. I'm positive that was a mistake. But anyway, so what else?
They, added some additional travel dates, is this right, for this new, room discount?
Yeah, they have save 30% on rooms this summer. It only goes through July 29th, though. But they do have up to 30% off on
Mhm.
basically deluxe and villa resorts.
Mhm.
And then um, if you do 5 nights or more, it's 30%. If it's under 5 nights, it's 25. And
Mhm.
then the percentage goes down as the level of the resort goes down. Actually, the Polynesian is in the second category, and that's one of the
Mm.
places we would want to save the most money.
Yeah.
But the Polynesian is in this 25% off category. Again, that percentage is 5 nights or more. It's 20% if it's lower. And then for the values and a couple of mods, it is 20% or 15. So that's available now. They just keep offering promotions, which tells you a lot about
Yes.
what is going on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, notice the dates. It's May through the end of July, which is summer, which
Mhm.
used to be such a busy time of the year and isn't anymore. And Disney reflects that with lots of discounts they toss our way.
They do. One of our biggest, I was going to say enemies. I feel like that is too strong of a word. Uh,
Enemies.
people that like to disagree. What
Mhm.
is people that used to go and they are like correcting us.
Mhm.
Summer is busy, it's packed, and they like want to say all this stuff, and it's like no, no, no. You kind of have to keep up to date about how things
Mhm.
are working. The summer is not busy, and this summer seems like it's even less busy than it has been the last several years. One of the um, one of the criticisms of the enemies that I've come across a lot recently is we have a graphic that shows on site versus off site,
Mhm.
pros and cons or whatever. And on the on site, it's like free parking if you're a guest at the
Oh,
resort or
yes.
Disney World. And the comments are like, free parking is not free. Parking is not free. It's like, yeah, since 2023, it's been free.
It's been free. It was you
Maybe,
only paid to park for this short window of time. Otherwise, it's always been free.
yeah. Yes. And so I just want you to, if you haven't been in 3+ years,
Mhm.
perhaps the information has changed and the people that make it their career have some new information.
Maybe, maybe.
Perhaps. I just want to throw it out there as an option. So, anyway, that kind of it for the news.
That is it, which again, maybe that's a good thing that there's not a bunch of news because today is just too stressful for that.
Heather cannot handle it today.
No, not
So,
today, Satan.
no, we certainly don't want to overstress you. But we did want to talk today about rides that make us sick at Disney World. But the
Mhm.
funniest thing about me proposing this topic,
I know. None of this makes you sick. Like one thing on the list.
no, I did want to contribute, however. And so I wanted to let's start over here. So I have been saying for a long time that I wish there was a motion sickness scale of some sort,
Mhm.
because I know what makes you sick because I've
Mhm.
just used to go on rides with you. But like for people that haven't been, I wish there was some sort of like scale because
Yeah.
one of the rides at Magic Kingdom that makes you sick would be very unpredictable, I think, to people, and it's because of the specific motion that bothers you. And I just wish
Mhm.
there was something. So I started looking at it, and I was on Wikipedia where it talks about all different kinds of motion sickness. And this is kind of what I was talking about, but I want it to get even better than this. So they talk about like air sickness and
Mhm.
seasickness. Then they talk about centrifuge motion sickness. And guess what they mentioned specifically? Mission space. The mission space ride is listed here. So centrifugal motion sickness is another part. Dizziness due to spinning. I'm surprised they don't mention the teacups
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
And then there's like VR, but also virtual reality to reverse motion sickness is a treatment. How about this? It says here recent research has shown that virtual reality can also be used therapeutically to reverse seasickness by introducing visual cues that align more closely with the body's sense of emotion. One effective approach involves simulating a stable artificial horizon within the headset while simultaneously introducing low amplitude visual motion that matches the real movement of the vessel.
What?
So VR can make you sick, but it also can be used to
I can heal
fix.
you.
Yeah, they specifically mentioned seasickness, but I would love to see that expand to lots of other things. So anyway, I think that's kind of interesting. But
I think it's very interesting.
we do have a list of rides that
Why is it so long though?
because I had to expand it so that you can see it. Here we go. So I wanted to list it because this is just things that can make anybody sick, but this
Mhm.
isn't things that necessarily make both of us sick.
Yeah.
So can you talk about as the motion sickness representative here today? What kind of things bother you?
I would say the thing that bothers me specifically the most are things with tight turns. Now, other things will make me feel a little icky, like Tower of Terror will make me feel a little ick for just a short period of time. But if you want to see me just about lose it on an attraction, which is not cute, anything with tight turns, Big Thunder Mountain gets me. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, of course, gets me. Um, and I feel like moving and doing the tight turns gets me because I don't feel as motion sick on the teacups as I do on Big Thunder Mountain. Like
Hmm.
teacups are way easier for me to ride than doing Big Thunder Mountain. And I think it's probably because you're getting multiple forces going at once with that.
Yeah. And I think it was Big Thunder Mountain I was specifically thinking of when I said I think that would surprise people because most people think of it as a,
It's
moderate
mild. Yeah.
coaster, but it's the tight turns that go like this.
Mhm.
So the first time we rode Guardian, I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
Because that really played into a lot of your things. So let's go park by park and just talk about the rides. So Mad Tea Party, you said that it doesn't bother you as much as some things.
No, Mad Tea Party's pretty that was pretty benign for me. It bothers me a little, not bad, but it really gets some people, and it's that spinning.
Yes, if you've got spinning motion sickness, I
Mhm.
think I could go on it as long as nobody was spinning the thing really
Mhm.
fast. But like obviously the spinning especially affects adults.
Yes.
But pro tip to the parents, your kids can go on it without you as long as they're 7 and older. So you don't have to put yourself through the torture if you don't want to. Don't do it. The next thing is Prince Charming's Regal Carousel, which is very gentle.
Yes, same thing. The spinning that might get people. Same thing with Dumbo. That when you add in the ability for your child to make your elephant erratically go up and down, so that could be add a little bit extra to what's making you feel not so great. Astro Orbiter too.
But Astro Orbiter is like Dumbo on steroids because it
Mhm.
goes so much faster. And I think that one's a little bit tricky. I've only been on that a couple times in all the years that we've been going. It's
Mhm.
kind of a hassle to get to it, but
Yeah.
it really goes high. Great views.
Beautiful views from up there.
Yeah. But it does go fast. And
Mhm.
that could be a real problem. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is mild drops but tight turns. How does that one feel to you as a
Not
tight
great.
turn
Not
girly?
not great, Shannon. Not
Hmm.
great. That one kinda gets me too. Thankfully, that one's so short though that it I I'm usually feel better faster afterwards because I'm not feeling icky on the attractions as long. Usually, thankfully, my recovery afterwards, aside from Guardians of the Galaxy, is a minute or two, and I know that I'm only going to feel gross for a minute or two, which makes it easier for me to make the decision to ride a lot of these things, even though they're going to make me not feel great.
What about Buzz Lightyear?
That one, what gets me is the Star Tunnel, and so I'm curious to see
Oh,
with the
that's interesting.
refurbishments.
What is that about?
I think it's the stars and everything is moving through you, and I feel the same way when we talk about Epcot and we're going through the seas with Nemo and friends and the bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
It's you're moving forward and all this stuff is moving around you. So I just close my eyes for those sections. But for some people, it's the fact that you can spin those cars rapidly back and forth.
Yeah. I forgot that that one can bother you.
Mhm.
Um, Space Mountain is obvious, I think.
Mhm. It's it's rough, it's got the tight turns. I personally think the super dark one, I've convinced myself, whether or not it's true, I don't know, that the when it's the total darkness one for Mickey's Not So Scary, that I feel less sick.
Yeah, and this doesn't make sense to me because the way that I understand motion sickness is that the visuals don't match the motion.
Mhm.
So I would feel like if you could see, it would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be different, but
Hmm.
in my brain, I've convinced myself because I like it and I wanna do it.
You want to be able to keep doing it.
Uh-huh.
Magic Carpets of Aladdin is going to be the same vibe as Dumbo.
Mhm.
We've talked about Big Thunder Mountain, and this is Heather's nemesis.
Yes, and I wanna like it so much. I really, really, really do, and it makes me sad. I will, of course, be writing it when it reopens. I'm really excited to see all the changes. I just know that the tight turns at the end are gonna be a little rough.
And Tron is the last one on our Magic Kingdom list. Does this one
Mhm.
have the tight turns that bother you as well?
It doesn't have as many, and I feel the same way about Tron that I do about Rock and Roller Coaster, is I think they're smoother and they're going I, I don't know if it's they're going faster. I don't know. It doesn't feel like those tight turns are as sustained as long. And so I don't have as much opportunity to feel gross. And they're definitely a way smoother ride than some things. And that helps as well.
Yeah. Okay. Epcot is an obvious one. Guardians of the Galaxy, which
Hmm.
has everything. It has a backwards launch. It has the spinning, the tight turns. It's got a little bit of everything, except it's smooth. It's got that going for it.
Yeah, yes, it is nice and smooth, but holy cow. Do you remember when they first opened it and they had all the trash cans lining
Oh,
the walkways
and
and
benches so people
and
could see.
benches and chairs and
Hmm.
because that one is brutal. But some
Yeah.
people who get really motion sick on other things have zero problems with it.
Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people, you know, are do just fine with it. And
Hmm.
it's we when we rank all the rides, like least intense to most intense. A lot of times, Guardians ends up in the middle of our list because children in particular have a harder time with like Rock and Roller Coaster, Expedition
Yeah.
Everest. But a lot of adults think Guardians should be, higher because of the way it affects them. But we're really thinking about children on the ranking.
Yes.
That
Yes.
way you kind of know, like, if they like this, maybe we can try this next, and then that
Yes.
you can step up into it. But Guardians is smooth. A lot of kids love it. They don't have the motion sickness usually either.
Hmm.
Mission Space, I mentioned, is already referenced in the motion sickness Wikipedia
As it
arti-
should be.
article.
Did
Not
you
the
ever
green.
ride it when it first came out?
Yeah, yeah. Um, it doesn't really affect me too much, but we talked down here last week, I think it was,
Hmm.
about how boring the green one is.
Hmm.
So it's like orange, it might make you sick. Green is gonna put you to sleep. So pick your poison.
Yeah. Which sounds worse?
Yeah. What would you like to do? Frankly, I think I'd rather be motion sick than bored, but
Yeah.
whatever. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure has the 3D thing, so if screens bother
Well,
you, this one could bother you.
yes, it could, and the spinning too. I think is a little icky, but they just got rid of the 3D, so we need to update
Oh, you're right. It had the
our
3D thing.
yep, our graphics on that. So I'm curious. I might have to give that one a try and see if the new version will be any easier.
Yeah, but for the people that don't like the spinny stuff.
Yeah, it's really spinny. Those trackless vehicles have the ability to really do some moving.
Yeah, Soren. Um, I would love to talk to somebody who got motion sick on this. I'm curious.
I it's not unknown for people to do it. I think the
Okay.
combination of the that flying
Hmm.
and the screens just really are can affect people. And then you add in the fact that you're up high ish. It's a bunch of things that can hit you all at once.
Hmm. Test track, which is like going in a kind of a rough car ride.
Yep. And I will say the outdoor one, the where you take the loop, that kind of got me my last trip a little bit. So
Interesting.
yeah, not again, not terrible, but I can feel it.
The last one is one that you've already mentioned, which is the Seas with Nemo and Friends. The screen tunnel is,
Yes.
you don't like it, but you just close your eyes.
I just closed my eyes.
Okay, so that's an easy fix. At least some of them have the eye closing option.
Hmm.
Before we move on to another park, do we have an update? Where are you at in the queue?
In the queue right now. Let me check with Mission Control. Mission Control, where are we at?
Registering.
We are registering. We are registering.
Oh, update.
Update. We are. Oh, I should have known that she is busy over there typing. Uh,
For people that are just joining, it's Run Disney registration that opened right when we went live. And Heather and Mission Control over there have been in the queue for up to an hour at this point.
well, no, the queue just opened at 9 o'clock. We are really early.
No, you joined the
Oh,
queue.
yes. Well, we joined the waiting room, and the queue
Mm-hmm.
opened at 9.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was using the wrong term.
yeah. Oh, this is now. I'm even more stressed. Okay, let's keep talking because this is too much for me. She's over there smiling. I had to call in help to man one of my mini computers I got going on.
I wanted to show, this is related to motion sickness. This is a VIP tour that we took one time. And you will see on the very left, the woman in the hat, and on the very right are two VIP tour guides. And we had two VIP tour guides because we had more than 10 people. And you have, once you get over 10, you have to do that. And Heather spent a lot of time with the second VIP tour guide because motion sickness and VIP tours can be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because as it turns out, going on rides without a break in between can make the rides feel bad.
They makes it feel extra bad when you don't have to wait and you can just go bam, 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 bam. Woo! That's
Yes.
that's that's rough.
This is such a um, strange callback for me, but like, I don't remember how many years ago it was, like 12, 15, a long time ago. There was this guy that I knew who was doing a tour of theme parks around the United States, like Six Flags and stuff like this. And when he came to the Six Flags near me, he was like, I've gotten media like access to every park as part of my tour because
Mm-hmm.
it was a big like public thing he was doing. Why don't you join me and we can just go on a bunch of coasters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it was like a VIP tour where you
Mm-hmm.
could go on ride after ride after ride after ride. And so we were going all these coasters, and keep in mind this is July in Texas. So we've
Ugh.
got 100 degrees, we've got the pavement. It is really hot. And we're going on coaster after coaster. And we got on one coaster and after doing several others, and he like passed out, wasn't feeling good, and canceled his tour that day because going to so many back to back, very bad on your body. And the VIP tours can do that. So if you have any interest in going on a VIP tour and you're sort of planning out your rides, you might want to stagger it. Like
Yeah.
not coaster 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 or intense 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 because I think the lines that you waited, even if they're just lightning lanes, could be beneficial to like give your body a little break in between.
Agreed.
I don't know the science behind that. I just have seen it in action and I know
Yeah.
it can be kind of difficult. All right. Let's jump back.
Okay.
Hollywood Studios, Star Tours. That's a screen one.
That is screen is awful, and it's the whole motion thing. What do you call those things? Simulator. It's a
Mm-hmm.
simulator. I could have read it on the screen. I'm so dumb. It's a simulator. It's a lot of motion, and it should be yeeted from all parks immediately, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, a lot of people are affected by Star Tours, so be careful with that one.
Hmm.
Rock and Roller Coaster is kind of obvious too. Like
Yeah.
launches so fast and then tight turns upside down.
Hmm.
That one, that one can be really tough. Toy Story Mania.
Yeah. I've known several people who this one really affects them, and I think it's the 3D and the fact that you are not in control of your car and you're spinning really fast and going around corners, and I think that combination can get to some people.
Tower of Terror, sudden vertical drops, obviously can be. This is the only one that really affects me. And
Mhm.
it's one of the reasons that it is not a favorite ride of mine because I'm like, if I'm going to feel bad afterwards about half the time, then it's probably not going to make the list. But there are factors that we have found can contribute.
Mhm.
Like if you're hot,
Yes.
if
For
you
all
have
of
a,
these.
yes, for all of these, um, dehydrated.
Dehydrated, if you've been drinking and, adult beverages, that can definitely impact how you're gonna feel in general, but it can really impact how you're gonna feel on an attraction. If this is
Hmm.
like day 5 of your trip and you've only eaten fried foods and that's not something normally that you eat, any of the things, like all the things that can affect your stomach when you're on vacation, period, especially when you're vacationing in a hot part of the country, especially during the summer, is can really amp up how you're going to feel on anything, including motion sickness.
Hmm. 100%. So that could help in some cases. It's not going to help you on some of the more intense rides, no matter
No,
how much water you drink,
no.
no matter how cool you
Water
are.
water does not fix everything, no matter what my parents told me growing up. You have a
It,
headache, drink water. You got a fever, drink some water.
it does fix a lot, just not everything.
No,
Aliens, swirling saucers, it's spinning. It's spinning.
whipping you around.
Stinky Dog Dash is one of those that I think sneaks up on people because it's such a
Yes.
cute coaster, but it does have the tight turns. It has
Mhm.
some decent drops.
Bloom, bloom. Yeah, it has like these things going on like back to back to back. But the tight turns on that one really get me.
Yep. And
Uh,
then
Smuggler's Run, which I think is hilarious because how bad you're going to feel depends on how good your pilot is.
yeah, but I got to tell you, I don't know the difference between a good and bad pilot. It's so rough every time that
Mhm.
I feel like it's never. it's always rough.
It's always rough.
That's what I
Doesn't get
think.
you. I think I've been on some. I know I've been on some where the it's a child piloting, super excited for them to be the pilot. They can barely see the screen,
Hmm.
and they just haven't maxed out their gaming abilities, and you're slamming into things all the time, and you never get any sort of reprieve from the action. Versus sometimes you get somebody who's good enough on some of the sections where you're able to just fly and you're not like banging into the giant stone pillars or whatever they are. So,
Hmm. You can on that one, you can choose to ignore the buttons that are lighting up for you to
mhm.
push if you want to just face forward, or you can just focus on the buttons
Yes,
if you would like. You don't have. I find
do
that
what you
ride
want.
overwhelming the first time. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to be looking forward and pushing buttons, and I have a job, and it just feels
Hmm.
like too much going on. Rise the Resistance. Which part of that?
I well, there's some spinning segments, and I would say the Rise of the Resistance and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway, mm, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They both have a section where you're kind of surrounded in a simulator. You're in your car, but you're surrounded on three sides with simulation, and that can be intense. On Mickey and Minnie's, you're in the water, and on Rise of the Resistance, you're flying through space, and so you've got stars and stuff going everywhere again, and that can just be a lot. Plus, your vehicle is moving some, so just something to be aware of.
All right, so we have one park left, and I don't know if we can see it, so I'm going to take the little label off the screen. And now it dropped us to the bottom, so now we're in the way. It wants us to be in the way. Okay, so the last few Animal Kingdom are
Oh, I.
Expedition Everest,
Mhm.
and well, there's only going to be two here. Expedition Everest. So that's one you can see. So you
Yeah.
should know what you're getting yourself into.
Except,
Very tall.
but you can't see the backwards part.
You cannot see that you go backwards. That is true, but you can at least see the scale of the thing.
Hmm.
So yes, but the backwards part, I will say that is difficult. And Expedition Everest has long been my favorite ride at
That
Disney
was your
World.
favorite
And
one.
it's starting to not be because that backwards part, I scream at the top of my lungs now to keep myself from like fainting because it's so intense.
Yeah.
It's the G forces.
Is that what gets us on that
That's
part? I don't like
yes.
it. I used
And
to love it,
yes, I know it's a good one. Flight of Passage. We're ending on Flight of Passage.
which you love.
Hmm.
And I love sitting next to you with my eyes closed.
How many times have you actually opened your? I tap on Heather and say it's the pretty part.
It's the cave where you're paused. I've
It's my
seen I've seen that part a lot. The rest of it, not so much. I've tried definitely a few times, and every now and then I will go ahead and open my eyes back up and give it another try. But it's not going to be good for me. So at least I get to see the cave. Sometimes I'll open them right before the very end when they're splashing into the water. I'm very familiar with those two scenes, but other than that, no flight of passage
yes.
for me.
There is a part of me that would just I like the pretty stuff, and so I
Hmm.
just went. You said you like rides that are Heather speed, for instance, People Mover.
Yes, love the people mover. Can do that
So
all day.
I want some of the like pretty visuals to
Hmm.
be on something that doesn't make you sick.
Well, I
Like
do have Navi River Journey.
sure, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's just really short.
Yeah. All right. So when we get to the comments in just a second, I have a feeling we're going to have some people that will be sharing their own motion sickness things. Do we have a status on your Run Disney registration?
Let me check in with Mission Control. Mission Control.
I have like two 5Ks left to register, and then we're all in.
We have decided to go ahead and register for the 5Ks as well, and we have two more of those to go. Otherwise, we are registered for the challenge. Are we fully registered for the challenge? We are in for the half and the 10K.
My God. And is 5K the hardest?
5K used to be the hardest, but this year Disney has increased the number of 5K registrations, which is very interesting because it looks like they're going to do like a staggered start time. So we're going to see what that's like. Going to get that one snagged, and we'll find out this fall exactly what that means.
Okay. Well, good. Then hopefully everybody will have theirs registration by the time we get done here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to get to some of your comments. We keep the comments in a separate tab. So I need to hop over there.
Yeah, so
All
I don't get
right.
distracted.
Well, sure. Jessica is here as usual. Good morning. So excited to listen to the 500th episode today. So today is the 500th episode of the podcast that I started in August of 2013.
Congratulations on 500 episodes.
Yes. It is my first time doing a solo episode on video. So that was, I mean, it's like recording a YouTube video, except that instead of talking about a thing at Disney World, I'm really talking about myself a lot. And that was kind of strange to edit that together. But I wanted to just stop and acknowledge that 500 is a pretty
That's
big
a
number.
pretty big deal.
But what it comes up a lot in the episode is people being like, can't wait for 500 more. I'm like, do you know how old I am? 500 episodes.
Back in my day.
I'd have to start doing 3 a week now, just to get there.
Don't say the idea of doing 3 a week because people will be asking you to do it. You promised you were doing 3 a week, Shannon Albert.
Oh my gosh, I wish I had time. I do not. I do not have time. Brooke says, yeah, the characters I think ran away when I tried to get a pic of my toddler with Mickey. Yeah. Roaming characters, no bueno. Dale, Flight of Passage makes me sick since it needs to be calibrated.
Yeah.
I think they calibrated Guardians of the Galaxy. There aren't as many people getting sick on that as there was when it opened.
Really?
I don't think it's as intense.
Am I brave enough to try it again?
You went on it.
I've done it twice.
Only you went with me first and then your husband?
Yep.
And the second time you were more prepared, like with meds and stuff. Did you do okay?
I felt less sick. I still felt really sick. It's I think Star Tours is like just a very close second to the sickest. The closest I've come to losing it on an attraction. So Star Tours and Guardians right there.
Okay. Dale, hold on. There are so many that I assume will make me sick that I stopped trying or made me sick decades ago. Star Tours, Space Mountain did the last I tried, and that never did before. Yeah, things can change. I want to say something that's probably not typical. I've gotten less motion sick. Like things used to bother me and they don't anymore. Like for instance, Star Tours. Star Tours used to be one I had to really watch for and be like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it. And now I don't even think about it. I don't know I don't know what that's about.
I don't either, but I want some of that. But you know what's never let me down in the parks? La Cava. Rose and Crown.
Don't recommend doing that and then going on the ride though.
Those ones have never let me down.
Greetings from South Florida. I was on Guardians last week and used a homeopathic product by Boyan Promotion about an hour prior to riding and found it worked for me. You've tried multiple things.
I have. I've tried the bands that send the electric pulse to you. I've tried those. And I've tried the glasses on Expedition Everest that have like the colored liquid in them.
I wish I had the ride picture.
I hope that one does not exist anymore because that one I'm sure was hilarious.
They're so funny.
They're so funny.
And the glasses didn't work for you though.
No. And I've done, of course, like the scopolamine patches. Yeah, I've tried all the things, but I'll just keep trying.
All right. Losing horizons to get mission space is what makes me sick. We've got a person that's been around the parks for a while. Okay. Also from the Goofy. Space Mountain doesn't make me sick, but it's so bumpy that I'm in pain after I ride it for hours. The Disneyland version is so much better. Time for an update. Abso-freaking-lutely. So if you are a Disney World person, you go to Disneyland, it can be tempting to like skip the rides that have the same name, but we always recommend not doing it. Don't skip it because it's usually better at Disneyland. And one of those is Space Mountain.
Most definitely.
So you can do that one. Do you think that's easier for you?
I definitely feel less sick on the Disneyland version of it. Plus, I also like their seats better. I think they're easier to get in and out of. You know what I won't ride at Disneyland? Matterhorn.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah, the bobsleds, and it's so rough. That's really rough. Jeff says, we went to Epcot last month, and I really didn't notice any difference from 3D to 2D on Remy. I was still a little woozy.
Dang it. Now I'm sad.
Yeah. Hanging with Scott. Going to Disney World in October and a honeymoon with my former wife. And we have not been since 2011. And now life changes like acid reflux, can't eat fried foods, and overactive bladder. Scott, I'd love to talk about going with your former wife. We need more information, I think. I'm being nosy. But I think that he's speaking to something we were just talking about, which is things can change.
Yes.
And you never, ever know. Dale found the electric bands help him recover a lot quicker, but doesn't help in the moment.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, that's good to know. Maybe that's the thing to look for
Yeah.
on that. All right, last one is from Christine. Congrats on the 500th episode of W Preps to Go. I listened on my morning walk this morning. I am very grateful for the connections I've made in our Patreon group. So big thanks to Shannon, Heather, and the entire team. I will try to tune into your live broadcast during my Hawaii DCO cruise this week. Oh my gosh.
I'm not jealous at all.
You don't need to tune in while you're in Hawaii. You should probably just focus on Hawaii. We'll be here.
Yeah.
When you get back. So we've been going live Monday through Thursday here. And then Friday we spend with patrons, which is where we have been spending our Fridays for years.
Yes.
So we are there in a very unfiltered kind of way.
My bad.
So that's fun over there. We love it. And they are a big part of the 500th episode because I would be remiss not to mention them.
Yeah.
Okay, so today, 500th episode is out. Instagram Q&A is today, and we'll be back tomorrow to answer the questions that didn't get covered there. Yeah. So we'll see you then. Thanks for joining.